Here we're going to start talking about spiders. Though most spiders produce venom to kill their prey, most are also harmless to humans. This is primarily as a result of the fang-like structures that spiders use to deliver their venom cannot penetrate through human skin. Those fang-like structures are called chelicera. Spider venom includes neurotoxins and cytotoxins. Neurotoxins, as you can probably tell by the name, target brain function and muscle movement. Cytotoxins kill cells. Once the spider kills its prey, it injects digestive enzymes into the prey's body. These enzymes digest the prey's body, liquefying everything inside. The reason spiders use this method of digesting outside the body is that most of their prey are insects that are covered in a hard exoskeleton. By digesting outside the body, the spider can then suck the digested fluids back into their stomach, leaving the exoskeletons of the bodies of their prey outside. Most adults won't die from spider bites, especially with medical help, though there are a few cases of deaths from spiders that happen every few years. The world's deadliest spider is, again, in Australia. It's the Sydney funnel-web spider. The Sydney funnel-web spider, as you can tell by the name, lives in Sydney, Australia, one of the largest cities in Australia. It kills about a dozen people per year since reporting first began about 50 years ago. The venom has an LD50 of 0.16 milligrams per kilogram, making it far more toxic than California rattlesnake venom. Not only does this spider live in a very highly populated area, but its behavior also makes it deadly. It's very aggressive toward people and hides in dark corners and enclosed spaces, especially and including inside shoes. The venom acts on the nervous system by opening up the sodium channels in the neurons, increasing electrical signaling between neurons. The venom is so toxic it can kill a human child in less than 15 minutes. And so the important thing here again is to, if you get bit by this funnel-web spider, to immediately get to a hospital and get antivenin. Since antivenin was developed and is used, no one has died. The black widow spider is the deadliest spider in North America. We have this spider here in California. The venom has an LD50 of 0.9 milligrams per kilogram. So again, more toxic than the California rattlesnake. However, it rarely kills, with only one reported death every 10 years or so. And that's because the amount of venom delivered usually does not penetrate through the skin. The venom of the black widow functions by causing a release of acetylcholine, stimulating muscle contraction, leading to tetany or rigid paralysis, causing painful cramps in the abdomen, vomiting, sweating, and eventually death. North America and California is also home to another deadly spider, the brown recluse. Their bite is usually dry, meaning they pierce the skin but do not deliver venom. When these spiders do inject venom, however, it causes necrosis or death of the tissue in the surrounding area. Wounds can take months or even years to heal. Very rarely does this affect the rest of the body, but it can be painful and long-lasting in the area of the bite. If it does affect areas of the body other than the bite wound, it would affect kidney activity and thereby possibly leading to death. But the pain caused by the injection of venom of the brown recluse is nothing in comparison to one of the most painful spider bites, which is found from the Brazilian wandering spider. The Brazilian wandering spider is pictured here on a banana, so you can get an idea of its size. It's fairly large, and it's also not uncommon for them to stow away on banana shipments to the United States or Europe. Usually in the US, we have mechanisms to remove the Brazilian wandering spiders that have stowed away on our banana shipments. However, in Europe, it's not uncommon for bananas to be packaged in plastic, and occasionally a Brazilian wandering spider gets wrapped up along with the bananas. The venom from these spiders is not as toxic as other spider venom, but as I mentioned, it's very painful. The venom attacks multiple ion channels in neurons, leading to flaccid paralysis and a lack of electrical signaling. The venom also includes serotonin, a neurotransmitter found in humans. That neurotransmitter floods the brain and causes pain, possibly the most excruciating pain ever felt from spider venom. Interestingly, the venom also promotes vasodilation, which is opening up of blood vessels. And this happens all around the body, including the penis, causing the penis to harden and stiffen as if sexually aroused. This is a result of the buildup of nitrous oxide in the penile tissue, causing not only excruciating pain around the body, but an erection that lasts for hours. This activity has been investigated as an alternative for erectile dysfunction medicine, without, of course, the extreme pain. We're going to move from land-based venomous organisms to marine-based venomous organisms and talk about jellyfish next. Box jellyfish are the most venomous jellyfish. They are far more venomous than land animals. The LD50 of box jellyfish is estimated to be 0.04 milligrams per kilogram. So on the order of toxicity as the inland taipan snake. This makes their venom roughly 100 times more toxic than the California rattlesnake. At best, if stung by a box jellyfish, the jellyfish will leave you with scars for life. At worst, it kills you. It may be responsible for the death of 20 to 50 people annually worldwide, almost all of which happen in the Philippines, where stings occur in remote areas away from immediate medical care. The box jellyfish live in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. They inject their venom the same way all jellyfish do, using tentacles that hang from the body of the box jellyfish. The body is called the bell, and you can see how small it is in this image here. When the tentacles, which dangle from the bell, graze the skin of a fish or mammal, cellular structures called nematocysts, release venom into the body. Each tentacle contains about 5,000 stinging nematocysts. Here's a picture of a nematocyst here. You can see the tentacle, and as I mentioned, these are cellular structures, so you wouldn't see them with the naked eye. But under a microscope, you'd be able to see this structure, the nematocyst. And as you can see, the tentacles are covered in them. If stung by a box jellyfish, the victim immediately experiences severe pain. Skin cells die at the site of the injection, and that's what causes the scars for life. The venom then continues into the rest of the body, causing confusion, unconsciousness, respiratory failure, and often cardiac arrest. Death can occur within 5 minutes of a box jellyfish sting. Any nematocyst that was not triggered could still fire if it grazes the victim again or a responder's skin, even if the tentacles are detached from the jellyfish itself, or if the jellyfish is dead. 2 toxins have been identified in box jellyfish venom: CFTX1 and CFTX2. These proteins act as potent hemolysins, which cause pores to form in red blood cell membranes, leading to red blood cell death. This also causes leakage of potassium ions into the blood. Increased potassium ions in the blood lead to cardiovascular collapse and death. It's hypothesized that adding zinc to the body just after a box jellyfish envenomation may help counter this activity and protect the heart from the surge in potassium as a result of red blood cell death. Today, the only treatment effective against box jellyfish stings is vinegar followed by antivenin. The vinegar helps remove nematocysts that have not been triggered and makes so that no more venom enters the body of either the victim or a responder. The antivenin combats the activity of the venom. As awful as the box jellyfish stings appear to be, there's a marine organism that is even more toxic than the box jellyfish. We will talk about this one in our next segment.